and welcome to the Pip and Pin Podcast. My name is Nodecker, and I'm a knitwear designer from Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. You can find me on Instagram as Pip and Pin, on Ravelry as Knit Pip and Pin, and at pipandpin.ca. Of course, I will put all those links down in the description. Today is May 18th. It is episode 78, and it has been quite some time since I last filmed an episode, and I honestly did not pick the greatest day to do it. I lost my voice yesterday, as there's lots of smoke in my area right now, and yeah, yesterday I woke up and I couldn't talk at all. So this here is an improvement. But I had all my stuff ready, and I just figured if I don't do it now, then I'm not going to. So I have lots to talk about. Let's hope we can get through it all. I really wanted to start off with something fun first, and so I have a giveaway. And this was gifted to me very generously by Carrie, one of our viewers. She lives just a couple cities away from me here, and she asked if she could give something to the podcast to give away, as she got a second. She had got one as a gift and then already had it. So I was like, yes, absolutely. I would love to do a giveaway. So thank you so much, Carrie, for this. What I have here is a copy of 52 Weeks of Socks. And this book is beautiful. If you could tell, it's 52 different sock patterns. It's by Lina Magazine, and it's gorgeous. The photos are amazing. There's so many different types of socks. There's cables, there's color work, there's lace, there's interesting designs. I'm actually like super jealous of whoever gets this book. And I really love knitting socks. Oh, these ones are so sweet. They have like little roses on them. This book is just so beautiful. Like the paper is lovely and everything. This is the first edition of this book. I think they did just come out with 52 more weeks of socks, but this is the first one. So if you don't have this in your collection yet, I'm going to tell you how you can win this. So I want to hear all about your summer knitting plans. So all you have to do is leave a comment below and tell me, what are you knitting in the summer? What types of things are you working on? Do you have a specific project that you're making, or not? Do you not knit in the summer at all? Let me know what your summer knitting plans are. I generally love knitting socks in the summer. I have 2 pairs that I'm working on right now, and I am planning a third. So they're portable, they're fun, they're light. I can take them to the beach, and it's not like I have a blanket on me or something. So that's what I really love knitting in the summer is socks. So yeah, comment down below what you like knitting, and I will draw a winner for our next episode. I also want to let you know we have a Summer Knits Knit Along. Now, I missed doing it last year for whatever reason. I don't know why I didn't run it last year, but generally I have been doing a Summer Knits Knit Along every year for the past little while. And its rules are pretty simple. It's all about what you love to knit and wear in the hot months. So whether you like knitting lacy tees or working with cotton sweaters, if you like knitting socks in the summer like I do, socks totally count. Someone asked if they could do hats because that's what they like to make in the summertime, because same reason as socks, they're portable, small. Yes, hats count. No big bulky, winter sweaters or things like that. Blankets, maybe not. But yeah, just the things that you love to knit and wear in the hotter months of the year. And this is going to go until July 31st. And I actually do have quite a few warm weather patterns. So all of those, for every finished object, that's going to be 1 entry into the knit along. But if it's a Pip and Pin pattern, then you get 2. So there's a little incentive to use your Pip and Pin patterns there. I know there's Mount Pleasant, there's Mema. If you go onto our Ravelry group into the chat thread, I think I have a link to a bundle where you can find all of our kind of more summer inspired patterns there. And this is going to be run on Ravelry in our Ravelry group, of course. We have the chat thread there, and I did also open up a finished objects thread. Works in progress are welcome. So if there's something that you started, yeah, finish it, add it in. Double dipping, totally cool. If you're doing something for another knit along and to this one as well, absolutely. We are also doing it on Instagram this year as well. So if you use the hashtag Pip and Pin Summer KAL23, then that can be your entry to win also. I'll have links and all the information down in the description box below. Yeah, so this is happening until July 31st, and I was trying to think of like what prizes to do. I've been doing some spring cleaning lately in my storage unit and in my yarn storage and just general life cleanup stuff. So I did find something that I didn't know that I had. Two of them actually. So 2 lucky winners are going to get these as prizes, and they are. This is something that I put together last spring, and I thought we had sold out, but apparently there was 2 more of them. These are our spring yarn boxes. So we have this cute little box here, and inside there is this custom skein of yarn from Bramble Ridge. So she dyed this specifically for these kits. This is the colorway Bouquet, and it's this lovely pale pink with some speckles of other beautiful things. It's the 85-15 superwash merino nylon DK. So it's a DK weight in this gorgeous pink color. Also in here is this matching little stitch marker. This is a hand beaded stitch marker that I made. There's also a package of tea. So this is from a local to me tea company called New Moon. I think they've actually changed their name to Bushberry now, but they used to be called New Moon. I think they just changed it, a month or 2 ago. And this is Market Fresh. And then you'll also, this is wrapped in bubble wrap. But there's some wool wash in here in a cute little jar in a nice floral scent. So 2 lucky winners will get those as prizes, and then I'm sure I will also do some runner-up prizes for patterns and maybe some books and other things. So we'll see how it goes. So if you want to join that, I'll make sure I put all the information down in the description below. And then I also have one more kind of event to talk about before we get into the knitting here. But me and Jessica of the Pattern Design Circle, we are doing a free online event on June 2nd at 9:30 Pacific time, 12:30 Eastern. This is a free thing, and it's kind of the second in a series that we're doing for, mostly it's geared towards knitwear designers. So if you're a knitwear designer or have interest in being a knitwear designer, but it's also really good for any sort of like crafty business. It's about customer journey. So we're kind of talking about, with this 3 video series, we've been talking about different ways you can get to know your customers and how to use that information in your business to grow and to connect with your customers and things like that. So on June 2nd, we're going to be talking about customer journeys. And a little bit more about that. So I'll put the link down below if you would like some more information about that. Okay, so I have some stuff to show you. Let's see if that helps. Not really. So I have a couple of finished things to show you. The first is actually 2, and these are a couple of hats that I knit up, and they're actually new patterns now as well since the last time I podcasted. This are the Pacific Rainforest hats. this one is a beanie and this one is a slouch, and they're both in the same pattern, so that's why they're together. They have this little cute little raindrop-ish little stitch. And if you have been on Instagram, I made a little reel about how to do this. The yarn for this one is Fiddly Dye Works Superwash Merino DK in the Sawyer colorway. It's this like gorgeous hot mustard, amazing color. And then this one is Sweet Fiber Merino Twist DK, and this one's like the slouchy version, so it has a folded brim, and I like to put a pom-pom on my slouchy hats. This is Sweet Fiber Merino Twist DK in Ever Gray. I really like this one. I've been wearing this one a lot. I mean, it's too hot now. I don't know why it's this hot in May, but well, I do, but so those I did finish, and you can actually find the pattern on Ravelry and our website now as well. That's the Pacific Rainforest hat. Now, for the past couple weeks, I've also wanted to do a follow-up pattern. So I was working on a cowl, the Pacific Rainforest cowl, and I finished it, and it was, you know, cowls are funny. I love wearing certain ones. They have to be very specific. There's a specific style that I like, and that's kind of it. And occasionally I forget that about myself, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a cowl, and then I do, and then I get disappointed in it. Now, when I was making this one, I wasn't actually disappointed in it. I was kind of excited about it because I really love this stitch pattern, and I was really happy to be able to like add it to something else. So as I was knitting it, it was fine, and I just, yeah. So I'll just tell you what happened. I finished it. The yarn I was using was the same as this one, the Fiddly Dye Works Superwash Merino, except it worsted weight, so just a little bit thicker, and it was working out great. It was wonderful. And then I finished it, and then I blocked it. And I blocked superwash yarn, and it got floppy. And I really don't like floppy cowls. It still looks cool, but it is not what I would like. Wow, it looks really good on camera. This is the Alistair colorway, and it's this kind of cream with this little tiny hint of pink in it. And I really loved, well, I do love how it looks. The thing is, I want it, like, it just kind of goes like that, which is fine if that's what you like, but it's not necessarily what I like. When it wasn't blocked, it kind of stood up a little bit more. And that's kind of what I like in a cowl. I either like that, or I like the ones where they're like the faux triangle things. So this just wasn't, I get that it's really cute, but I just want it to like stay up, you know? So that happened. I don't know, I was planning to release this as a pattern, but I don't know if, because it is a little bit different than the hat, only because of things. So you might not easily be able to translate that hat into the cowl if you wanted to, but I'm sure you could, because you're really smart. But maybe I just need to make this like into something else. But I do have an idea to make a sweater, and I had some yarn picked out for it, and it was also a superwash DK yarn. And the funny thing is, I had no problem with these hats because I like slouchier fitting hats, and of course it didn't translate into the type of cowl that I like to wear. And so now I'm worried about the sweater that I want to design with this superwash yarn, and is it going to, you know, kind of give me the same headache as this? So I actually have some Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in a similar color, actually, that I might use instead. So I'll do some swatching and some thinking and see. Because I just, yeah, I really wanted this to be great. And it's good. But I don't know if it's great. Anyways, moving along. We are going to go talk about some works in progress now because I have some of those. And this is something that you would have seen the last time, but this is the pink sweater that I've been working on with Entre Source Elaine Below, MCN and Garobel. That's the yarn, and it is beautiful and silky and lovely in this gorgeous shade of pink. I picked it up at Knit City last year, and you must be thinking, Megan, that sweater looks done. Because it is, but also it's not. It's really oversized. Sorry. It's really oversized, which is exactly what I wanted. If you remember me talking about it before, I had this kind of beige sweater that I wanted to mimic a little bit with this one, and I did, and it's oversized and wonderful, and the sleeves are about 3/4, which I kind of like, but it's too long for how big it is and how drapey it is. The fabric that this yarn created compared to the sweater that I was modeling it off of is very different. This is much silkier, it's much drapier. The other one was more of like a textured stitch that in a loftier yarn. So it just doesn't have the same feel. So with this drapey yarn, I don't need all the extra length. So I'm gonna, do some sweater surgery, as is my way. I'm going to cut the bottom off, and it had this cool little split hem detail, which I like, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that again. I'm just not sure yet. But I am gonna cut probably at least up to here off, and then do something for the hem. And then that actually gave me enough yarn where I could make it long sleeve too. So we'll see. I think I'll do the hem first and see where that puts me, and then I'll decide whether I want to change the sleeves or not. I am still hoping to have, I was kind of hoping to have this pattern done for June maybe, have a nice lightweight summerish sweater release, but I don't think that's going to happen because there are changes that I want to make. I actually, when I finished this one, I did go out and I was thinking about doing some photography, so I just took some test shots, but even with the test shots, I was like, no, this is just it's not right yet, and I don't feel good about releasing things when they're not right. I don't like making patterns of things that I'm not 100% in love with. So it's not quite there yet, but it will get there. Yeah, there's just a couple, little sweater surgery. It's nothing new to me, that's for sure. All right, so the next thing that I'm working on is a pair of socks. As I said, I've been working on socks recently. Oh, they're over here. Let me just go grab them. I'm actually working on 2 pairs of socks right now. I'm doing a test knit as well, but I forgot to ask if I'm allowed to share them. So I'm not going to share them now, and I'll ask her and maybe share them next time. Anyways, these are the socks that I'm working on. I think I shared these before as well. They're kind of just that thing that I've had in my purse and work on every once in a while, but they're just about done. So one sock is done. This is a just kind of my own design. I did some little eyelet details at the top here, and then I have an idea for another sock similar. So you might see this in a pattern one of these days. This yarn, though, is absolutely stunning. This is the Yak Yarnery Yakety Yak sock in Fiddler's Green, and if you didn't know, it is it has yak in it, so it has that like natural yak yarn has that kind of tone to it, where it's a little bit gray. So all the colors that go have that little bit to it. I just love it so much. These are top down 2x2 rib, and then this cute little detail, and then I did a heel flap and gusset because those are the ones that fit me the best, and then just a simple wedge toe. And so here's how far I am on my second one. So I just have a little bit more of the foot to go, and then the toe, and then they're done. I'm really excited about these ones. They're not going to get worn this summer, but that's okay. There will be some new socks for fall. All right, and then oh man, okay. So a couple weeks ago, I got to go to the Poets Cove retreat on Pender Island, and I've never been on a knitting retreat like this before, and it was amazing. It was definitely an investment. Like it was not a cheap thing, so it felt kind of weird spending that much money on myself. Honestly, leaving my family for like 4 days. But it was so fun. It was amazing. Amanda and Fiona, they're the ladies who put on Knit City and Knit City Montreal, and they just did such a wonderful, wonderful job with this retreat. Andrea Mowry was there teaching, as well as Nora Gaw, and we just had amazing food. It was an amazing location. I had a hotel room all to myself, and I had a view of the ocean, which was so cool. I got to see sea otters, which is my favorite thing. And I actually, I had a car because I live quite close. I didn't have to fly in or anything. I just had to drive to the ferry. So I did have a car on the island with me as well. So it was really cool to be able to go and explore during free time. And just the people that I met there, you know, I went by myself. And yes, I know Amanda and Fiona, but they're running the event. They're all busy. And then I didn't really, Jody and Tracy of the Grocery Girls came, and I do know them. So I kind of know, you know, I was like, okay, at least I know somebody there. But I was kind of worried about being too awkward. But the thing that I remembered is, you know, with knitting and retreats like this, is we're all kind of there for the same reason. So it is really easy to strike up conversations with new people. And I actually met some really amazing people, and I think I made some great friends. And it was so wonderful. It was, yeah, it's hard to explain going somewhere like that and being with all of these women with like-minded, you know, like-minded hobbies and like lifestyles, and it's just, yeah, it was very welcoming. It was one thing I was really nervous about was, you know, I wanted the opportunity to like talk to everyone who was there and kind of see everyone, and dinners and lunches and everything were all kind of buffet style. So I was slightly worried that, you know, that first night we sat down to dinner, those were going to be our seats forever. And not that I didn't enjoy the ladies that I was eating with or was with the day before, but you know, you want to socialize, you want to meet everyone. We had about 40 people there, I think. But no, it was wonderful. Everybody was so welcoming and so lovely, and you know, we switched around. I didn't eat, you know, with the same people twice, really, or sit with the same people. You know, there were groups of people who obviously came together and things like that, and that was great. But there was no, you know, nobody was excluded from anything. There was lots of single people there who didn't know anybody, and so, yeah, I think it was just a wonderful, wonderful time. And if you ever have the opportunity to do something like that, especially by Amanda and Fiona, because they're always amazing, I would highly suggest it. So anyways, during this retreat, we did a couple things. We had a class with each of the instructors. So I had a brioche class with Andrea Mowry, and then I had a Twisted Stitches class with Nora Gaw. We also went to the Hinterland Farm, which was so sweet because it is on Pender Island. And then there was a marketplace as well. And then lots of free time. There was a pool and all that sort of fun stuff. So I just want to, I have like the box of stuff. I didn't go too crazy, but I do want to share some of the things that we got here. So the first night, we did get goodie bags. So these are the tote bags that we got here. And inside were some neat things. Got a copy of Making Stories magazine, which is awesome. Again, just a beautiful, I haven't really even had a chance to look through this yet, but beautiful patterns. It looks like lots of stories and articles as well, and just the photography and the styling of this book is so lovely. I'm always blown away by these pattern books. They're more like, you know, they're not the same as magazines. It's called Making Stories magazine, but this is not a magazine. This is a full-on book. And this is issue 1. So I am very excited to be able to go through that and actually look, because it's just gorgeous. Also in our little goodie bag was a stitch marker from Firefly Notes, who is a local Vancouver maker. Oh, that's all backwards. There we go. It's a little mouse. There. And that is Firefly Notes. Did I say that? And then there's some Shady Eileen Botanicals Lemon Lavender Chamomile Tea, which I actually have this tea already, and it's amazing. What else is in here? There was some chocolate, there was some pens, there was, some pom-poms from Yarn Bowler. And, you know, these aren't quite my style, but I do know somebody who would love these. She's 9 and loves all fun things like that. A little tape measure, which is always good to have. And then, as well, and a candle. That's right. There's a soy candle in there as well. And then this is actually a dye kit. It's a natural dye kit to make a silk scarf. And these were actually in when I was at Knit City last year. They had the Knit City boxes, and they had these natural dyeing kits in them. And the funny thing is, when I pulled it out, Georgia was so excited about it. She wanted to do it so bad. Problem was, I was really excited about it too, and I wanted to do it. So this is awesome, because I didn't do it yet. But now we can each have one, so we can do our silk scarf dyeing together. So that was just a lovely gift from the little goodie bag on our first night there. The second day was all classes. So the first class that I did was with Andrea Mowry, and I took the brioche class. It wasn't an intro to brioche, but I do know how to brioche knit. I have done it before, but this was kind of just the next steps, which was perfect. I learned so much. My brain, I'm just glad that we did that class first, because it did take a lot of brain space. And this is kind of the sample that I got. I haven't finished it yet, but of all the different increasing and things like that. And if you haven't had a chance to take a class with Andrea Mowry, and if you do ever get the chance, I would highly suggest it. She's a great teacher. She's funny and nice, and Noregon too. Like, they were both just really amazing teachers. With the Noregon class, we did twisted stitches. So this was kind of the swatch that I did for that, of just all sorts of different stitch patterns. I think this one's my favorite. I came out of this class so inspired. Her technical abilities and just like the things her brain comes up with is amazing. So I'll put some links to some of their stuff below. yeah, though that was the reason why I signed up for this retreat, because I've been such a huge fan of both of those designers for so long, and so the opportunity to take classes from both of them and spend, like, it wasn't just taking the classes, but we actually got to spend the weekend with them and chat and hang out and just spend time together as well, was really incredible. So that was actually the reason why I signed up, was to be able to be taught by these two amazing designers who I've been such a fan of both of them for like so different reasons. Like, there's such different designers, but both of them have always been on my radar as like kind of what I aspire to be. So it was really, really exciting to be able to meet both of them and take classes from both of them and learn from both of them. It was great. And then the second day, on the Saturday, we actually got to go to Hinterland Farms, which was just so fun. We got to see all their alpacas and their sheep and their garden, and it was just so lovely. And the weekend itself, like, BC weather can be really hit or miss, but the weather was fantastic. I think it was like 20 degrees and sunny the whole time. I actually got to go in a pool, and some people went in the ocean. I did not. But then they had the marketplace that afternoon, and I did pick up some yarn from Hinterland. I got a sweater quantity of Range. It's a 2-ply woolen spun worsted weight yarn. It's 50% rambouillet and 50% homegrown alpaca. So this actually comes from the alpacas that I met on the farm. This is the colorway Honey. And I did buy 6 skeins. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet. And I wasn't sure. I wasn't really sure about this white color either. Like, I don't wear a ton, as I'm wearing a white t-shirt right now, but I don't wear a ton of white. I don't generally wear a ton of light colors. Usually I tend to stick with, fall, earth tones, darker colors. I'm so sorry. This is ridiculous. So I was not sure about this white, but she had a sweater there in this exact yarn. She's like, well, just go try it on and see how you feel. And yeah, I tried it on, and it was amazing. So I did end up getting this sweater quantity of that. And then I also got this yarn from Bar Tricot. We're from Montreal, and this is their champagne yarn, and it will not translate on the screen, but it is so soft and silky, because it's set like 69% silk, 22% mohair, 9% nylon. So it's just this really wonderful, wonderful blend. And I think I'm going to make some sort of summer top again with this like lighter color. I don't know what's happening, but maybe some sort of, I don't know exactly what I want to do with this yet, but I saw her knitting with it, and she was making this sweater, and she held this with, I think, a DK yarn held double, and it just created the most beautiful fabric. So I had to get some of that. And then last thing I got was just some like needle keepers. You put these on the ends of your needles so your stitches don't fall off. And these are from Ocean Loops, and they have little cactuses, little geometric shapes, and just some flowers. So I thought those were really cute as well. So yeah, I didn't go too crazy, but when there's yarn in person, I feel like I should get it. And then the last thing, that's kind of all I got from Poets Code Retreat. It was just a fantastic weekend, and hopefully I'll be able to do it again. Maybe next year. I think they are actually doing another one in October. I don't think I'll be able to do that one, but maybe. Yeah, and then I just have one more bit of yarn to show, and this was actually sent to me by Brooklyn Tweed. It's their new yarn called Reply Rambouillet. So they twist 3 strands of lace weight yarn, worsted spun from Rambouillet fleeces into 6-ply cables. Yeah, it's very soft, it's very springy, lots of stitch definition, and it is DK weight. So I have this color, which is Refuge, this like dark green, and you can see kind of the twist there. It's very, very Brooklyn tweedy. Like it's not like Shelter or Loft. It doesn't feel as woolen spun as that, but it is very light and like airy. So I got this Refuge color and olive oil, this beautiful kind of mustard yellow. I'm not sure what generally I wouldn't put those 2 colors together, so I'm not sure if I'll use them together, if I'll use them separate. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them yet. I might just swatch with them and see what I can come up with, but it does feel very nice. Like I feel like this would make a really nice garment because it's so light. And I just, yeah, I feel like this fabric's going to be really nice. And these are all the different shades as well that you can get in that. So I got this one and this one. I really am starting to lose my voice a lot now. So I think I'm going to end it here. Quite while I'm ahead. Actually, I did finish everything that I had to say. Thank you for sticking around if you have been here this long. Sorry about my voice. Hopefully we'll be back to normal next time. If you would like a chance to win that copy of 52 Weeks of Socks, make sure you reply or you comment down below with what you're doing for some summer knitting. While you're at it, you can check out my Ravelry group where we have the Summer Knits Knit Along happening. And then if you are a designer or other crafty business person, you can sign up for mine and Jessica's Customer Journey live event on June 2nd. If you're not able to make that one live, we are offering replays as well. So I'll make sure I put all the links to those down below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you again soon and actually talk to you with my real voice. Right. Have a great rest of your day. See you later.